Hello and welcome to the Lost Art Podcast. I'm Gar and I'm here with Paul.
How's things?
And we're doing this remotely. We finally figured it out.
Well, this was the easy way.
This is pretty handy. It looks like recording remotely is really, really easy. But the live thing that we've been doing has been an absolute fucking nightmare to kind of set up. I went looking on Reddit. I went onto the subreddit or podcasting, which is like designed for like conversation about software suites and equipment and all that. And I put up a little post saying, listen, here's what we want to do. And I'm thinking, we talked about this before, like I'm thinking there's obviously 100 things that can do what we needed to do. This sounds pretty normal. Nope.
Surely.
Nope. Even there's one called radio.io or something like that, or radio.co or something. It's like one of the big all-in-one suites for recording, like doing kind of internet radio and all type of shit. And they're
look, the only real problem is that you can't listen to the songs in real time. So you'll have to know your choices already.
Most of the time. It would be nice for me and you to be having a conversation with the music and everybody else is a couple of seconds behind as opposed to me being a couple of seconds behind. But again, it's not the end of the world. We will figure it out. We will figure it out.
Yeah. So today we're just doing a podcast like we used to, like what we're known for. And we are doing our first part 2, I believe.
Yeah, it is. It didn't start off this way.
No.
It was we thought it was going to be Guilty Pleasures 2, and then we realised we never done a Guilty Pleasures 1.
No, we didn't. And we don't call them Guilty Pleasures either.
Exactly.
These are controversial dislikes part 2. So I guess for me anyway, these are songs that I don't really care what people think of me listening to them, but when I just happen to notice that they're the ones that make people go, oh, what?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
What do you like that for? Like, I don't know. So it's more songs that I would imagine would be the closest thing to Guilty Pleasures if I gave a shite.
Yeah, exactly.
And in a way, like some of them now, I have to admit, I'm mildly embarrassed by.
I'm massively embarrassed by most of mine, I think.
Really?
Most of them, yeah, they're garbage, but I can't help it.
See, these are the ones I find the most shock when I say I like this. People are like, really?
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of it is because, all right, that guy is a metal DJ or whatever, even though metal is like, got to be.
It's wildly embarrassing.
No, well, yeah, it is, but it's also outside my top 5 favorite types of music.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you work in Tesco, people go, are you not mad into canned items? I mean, they're okay, I like them, but this is just my job. Like,
but you know, like Aldi's own brand is much better than Tesco's. But you work here.
Yeah. Grand.
So let's get on with it here. What's your first controversial like?
My first controversial like is "Thanks for the Memories" by Fall Out Boy from 2006, spelled "Thanks for the Memories."
I know that bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's a bit too
much.
Trying to be clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too extra.
The reason this song, I actually liked the first time I heard of Fall Out Boy, I heard of them before I heard them. I was like, oh, this is going to be another fucking problem for me when I'm DJing. It's going to be another fucking one of those bands. And they came along around the emo time, I think.
Yeah.
But they're not an emo band. They're more of a pop punk with kind of Beach Boys-y songwriting kind of techniques and stuff like that. I first heard them and I heard that song Sugar We're Going Down. I was like, shit, that's all right, man. Like,
good, catchy.
I can't fault that. Then it was Dance Dance and I was like, hang on, that's good. Like, that's all right. But the song I picked, Thanks for the Memories. It's just so catchy.
It's mad catchy.
It has that start with the kind of orchestral start, and I love that. You know, me and you have that orchestral hard on.
Big time. They always kind of reminded me like the kind of male version of Paramore, who, again, kind of...
Definitely inspired by Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, definitely. I think they might have even done stuff together. But Paramore definitely slid by me until not that long ago, and Fall Out Boy would have been the same. I most certainly wasn't in on Fall Out Boy when they were kind of live and direct, you know. It's only the last couple of years.
It was around the same time that new metal was still fairly big.
Yeah.
Like 2004 or 5 is when it was on its way up, but nobody knew it was on its way up.
Yeah.
And it was still kind of like, I don't know. It was really highly looked down upon. All Fall Out Boy were classed as emo scum, even though it's just like, or else pop scum, or both.
Yeah.
But to me, I was just like, oh man, let them at it.
Exactly.
That's good songwriting. It's hard to slag good songwriting.
100%. I always have to think about these type of bands where people start slagging them and giving them grief. Well, they're for kids and they're saps and they're blah 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 blah. But like,
that's like saying, "Oh, Blues Clues, that's stupid. That's for kids."
Exactly, but this is all good introductory stuff for
like
kind of younger people.
Where does that stop?
Yeah,
teething rings. They're for kids. They're stupid. Yeah, okay.
Vaccines are for babies.
Yeah, like. Love an old vaccine now.
I'd suck the dick off a vaccine right about now. I'm not lying. Anyway, go on.
So obviously we know on September the 10th, 2019, last year, the band announced a hella mega tour with Green Day and Weezer.
Wow. The name of it alone.
And do you know what? I can handle that, but you know who's supporting them? Oh, that band, The Interrupters.
Oh, yeah. The Big Fire.
That new ska shite.
Yeah, it's Brody from the Distillers who are kind of she swapped. No, it's her, I think.
It's not her.
I'm pretty sure it is her.
No way.
Pretty sure it's going to check now. The Interrupters. I'm going to check it now. I'm going to be Jamie this shit out.
So.
Maybe it's not. I don't know.
No, it's not. Amy Interrupter is the vocalist. Amy Interrupter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I thought it was Brody Dahl. I think she's something to do with it.
She probably found them on MySpace. Yeah, bands don't get found on MySpace anymore.
Yeah, because Brody Dahl had her own band. Not the Distiller. She had another band. Bollocks. All right, I'm going off on one. Your one has
so I'd rather set myself on fire and go to that, because as much as I don't mind, you know what, Green Day would be horrible, Fall Out Boy would be grand. I fucking can't stand Weezer. Weezer became the band I already thought that they were. So that's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I thought they were a load of shite. It was like, no man, it's really clever, nerdy grunge. I'm like, is it? Yeah. Hang on, give me 2 minutes and they'll become the band. I'm fucking telling you right now, they are.
Yeah, the snake that's swallowed its own tail. They 100%. Like, you're dead right. There was like a lot of like, oh man, they're kind of, they're like a little bit kind of smart, tongue in cheek, and kind of postmodern. And they just give them time and watch the circle come complete. And then all of a sudden, it's just a load of lads making garbage music. Like, I'm
glad we could have a good fucking dig at Weezer in there as well. I love it. Who's your first one, actually?
My first one is, I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of my stuff is kind of nostalgic stuff that I know is horrific, but whatever deepest recesses of my heart still exist, there's a little fire, a little ember still burning for them. So when they come on the radio or they jump on a playlist, I do not turn them off. And
so yours actually are guilty pleasures.
Well, for me, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody asked me, I'd say, fuck yeah, absolutely. I'd never deny liking any of these. I'm also on the world's squeakiest chair, and I'm drinking cans of Tennent's, and they're fucking horrific.
Tennent's?
Well, I've got one can of Tennent's and a couple of cans of Hackenberg. And anybody who listened to the radio show there on Saturday knows that Hackenberg done fucking absolute disastrous
untold damage to his insides.
Like gastrointestinal fucking like damage done to me for days, and I'm still feeling it. And there's dogs howling.
But you're not just still feeling it, you're still drinking it.
I had 4 more cans, didn't I? I have nothing else to drink. So I messaged you earlier.
I have to drink it because they exist.
Because they're paid for them. Like, you know how rare it is for me to actually buy Gargle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking hell, I'm drinking them. I don't care if I'm fucking have to put a fucking Colin McRae style rally seatbelt onto the toilet tomorrow.
Jesus,
I do not care.
I interrupted you before you told us what the fucking song was.
It doesn't. What's the matter? Nothing matters anymore. It really doesn't. My first one is Vanilla Ice.
Oh, Vanilla Ice.
I picked Vanilla Ice. I had to go with Ice Ice. But I was gonna do like fucking Ninja Rap or something like that, but I just went for the obvious one because everybody knows.
They're the only 2 songs I know by him.
You don't understand how much I loved Vanilla Ice. I find it hard. The only person who could possibly know my love of Vanilla Ice in like the kind of early 90s would be my mother. Like,
he's up there listening to that white fella again.
Yeah, she wouldn't even know he was white. My mom.
It's called MC Ice Cream or something.
Icy Cube, Icy Droopy Cube, Vanilla Ice Baby. Yeah, I wrote down loads of stuff because he's very interesting. I think one of the reasons he stayed in my mind over the years.
Because you fancy him.
No, he's a good-looking fella back in the day. Certainly was.
He had that chisel. He's the overly chiseled jaw.
Yeah, you know what that's from? I found this out a couple of years ago. Well, I got a slug out of the tenants here.
Good genes?
No. I had to take a lure out of that kind of tenants. The key to tenants in Hackenberg is to just get it over and done with as quick as possible. You just get it into you.
Alone.
But that's all. Like, if you could just... Now, I do have a bottle of whiskey here, but hard. I don't even know what day it is, but it's not...
No,
it's not
save that
day.
for Saturday. Save that for Saturday.
So his real name is Rob Van Winkle, right?
That's a kid. That's a porn star's name,
isn't it? It really is. So the story is fucking mad. He put out an album in 1989, kind of independently, and it wasn't really independent. It was like a tiny little label put out his album. He was kind of known on the breakdancing scene, and because it was the fucking late 80s, you know, he was known on the breakdancing scene, and.
He's that white boy.
I think there's loads of...
God, that white boy can dance.
I'm pretty sure half the people fucking breakdancing were white. Because they couldn't
big
rap.
Smiley white heads on them.
Yeah, exactly. Moustaches and fucking sweatbands. But he put an album out in 1989 called Hooked. And it ended up being bought by EMI. And it was retitled To The Extreme.
With a 2?
No, it was thankfully there wasn't a number 2. It was just To The Extreme. Yeah, no, they got away with it.
T.O.?
Yeah.
Oh, that's before the letters for numbers, or numbers for letters.
Yeah, it would have been just before. So
now it'd be two with a letter or number 2,
and then da
start with da, and X would start with extreme.
Oh, of course it would be no E.
Yeah.
Thanks for the murmurers. So yeah, that album had like Ice Ice Baby and all this kind of shit. Now this is weird. It's fucking real weird. While this album was being bought by EMI and being pushed out, and he was becoming like a massive kind of pop star in his right. Now, apparently he wasn't happy. This is where it gets real fucking stupid. He wasn't happy with the way the record label kind of made him dress and the way they put him across, you know, like shaving zigzags and thunderbolts into his hair and making him wear the oversized kind of leather jackets and all this kind of shit. That wasn't really his style. His style would have been more of that kind of fucking bog stand. Yeah, just normal.
And the kind of jumpers, varsity jumpers, maybe.
Yeah, that, like he would have been a basic enough looking fucking kind of hip hop guy. But around the time this album came out, he was one of the highest ranked motocross riders in America. He was winning championships left, right, and fucking center. Right now, around 1986, he was in this he was in a house band in this famous kind of club that done a lot of hip hop, and he was opening up for Public Enemy and NWA, the DOC, Two Live Crew, all this kind of shit. And
they're legit.
They're proper acts, and it was Public Enemy that helped push him into the spotlight. They helped him get his get signed to EMI. Chuck D was obsessed. He was like, this fucking white boy is fucking brilliant. He's amazing. Like, he can do it all. And he thought this would be a great idea. So he helped push the whole idea of a Vanilla Ice album to EMI, and they got into it. He ends up getting stabbed in kind of early 1987. And so, fuck, man, the story. He gets stabbed a couple of times. And while he's recuperating, he kind of writes a lot of rhymes and all this kind of shit. And he ends up getting taken as a solo act as Vanilla Ice on the road with like Ice-T, EPMD, Sir Mix-a-Lot, loads of these. Again, more big fucking names in the hip hop scene. Ice Ice Baby was actually...
he got stabbed on purpose.
I think he got stabbed at a club. He got stabbed in the club that he was rapping in with the group where he met Chuck D over something. I couldn't tell you what it was.
It's a rough spot.
It's rough. But Ice Ice Baby was a B-side to his first single, and it was some radio DJ played it by accident on radio.
That happened. That's happened a few times across the...
Someone just kind of fucking dozed off or whatever and put side B on, hit play in it, and the fucking phones lit up. Who the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? They were absolutely mad off it. Now,
that great white hope.
Exactly. This is where it starts getting real fucking sinister. When Ice Ice Baby starts exploding left, right, and center, and he's like the biggest name in hip hop, because it's me. You're thinking about like suburban kids. He's white, mommy, daddy. They're not going to be too bothered. Like, you got a choice between like NWA and Vanilla Ice. Who the fuck are you picking? You know what I mean? for your kids. You're picking Vanilla